Jungle. I felt like that character I was doing wasn't enough, so I kind of wanted to take it over the top, and I was really into Marvel at the time, so Deathstroke was a big inspiration on the character, obviously the mask.
I'm going to call an ambulance, but he's just like, is the camera still rolling? I'm like, fuck you!
I think BTW getting a ring changed them in any way.
Ooh. Good question.
We're hooking you up to a polygraph as we speak.
Sure. Be straightforward with you. Did it change VTW in a way? Yes, it changed them for the better because being in a ring is better than being in a trampoline.
Moonsaulting Bibles, dropping elbows, hitting floors. It was a very fun night, I should say. And that's where 16 was born.
If I have to pick one of my many dream matches that I'm not involved in, that would be huge characters, huge gimmicks, going at it, and a fantastic match with each other. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Chase Bridges and Cam Jackson, I would give them both my all, my living all, like until I can't damn near walk. Holy hell!
Well, Mr. G-Lo Smith.
No, just who the hell we are. We don't care. We don't care whether we win or lose. You know, at a random basis. What we care about is winning and losing when it matters.
Yes.
And when Worlds Collide 2,
That's when it matters.
fucking matters.
Believe it or not, we're a big family, man. We're fucking brotherhood, man. We're gonna fight, but we have each other's backs. We have each other's backs.
He didn't want to lose to me because he didn't want the end of Walker to be at the hands of Everett Creed.
You know, going in, you know, I was nervous. You know, all the people, having wrestled for all the people. So, you know, there was a lot of blood pumping, a lot of stress. You know, but it turned out wonderful. You know, those guys I have a lot of respect for.
I showed up to the match freaking drunk, and I think it got more people behind it. Because at that time, that's when I was getting that real heat.
These motherfuckers call, tell them I tax this shit.
The wrestlers, they think that long automatically equals classic, and a lot of times it doesn't, because if the fans feel satisfied with what they've seen, what's going to make them want to watch the next match happen?
There was a lot of tension during Crossover Crisis, and when that ended, the show started breaking apart, and Everett just wanted to end it. And I was the one who said no, let it keep going.
Guys, we got a problem. I'm like, what? Yeah, none of the guys can make it. What do you mean none of the guys can make it?
It was something that the world was so ready to see, and we were so ready to do. Now, tensions did run high. Tensions always run high. Let's be honest. But it was an enlightening moment.
The world will all know my name. The world will all say that Gotcha Ball may just be one of the icons of backyard wrestling. And I really wanted people to feel how I was feeling. I wanted people to see that this is not the same big time Mike we saw at Best in the R2. This is not even the same big time Mike we saw at Christmas Chaos last time we saw it. This is an older, worn down, pretty much he's done. He doesn't have anything left. And the only reason he has not retired is because he can't live with himself to know, can I be Rick Rios?
Everybody knows that I don't like people pointing their fingers at me, let alone putting my fucking mouth.
Now, live from Muskegon, Michigan.
Subscribe or turn factor.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tiger Talks Wrestling. Welcome back to Tiger Talks Wrestling, for that matter. It's been a while. I am your host, Tony, of course, and we are here for a WWE Worlds Collide preview show. And this isn't going to be that long of a show, more than likely. Just wanted to get on here and get this out here. I'm going to plug something at the end for the Royal Rumble predictions I'll be doing. But let's get into the show that we're here for. Tonight's Worlds Collide. That'll be live on the WWE Network starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Kickoff show at 6, I believe. The pre-show, kickoff show, whatever you want to call it. And speaking of the pre-show, this is the match that they have advertised for the pre-show. I will not be watching Worlds Collide when it's live tonight, however, because I'll be at GLWA's show tonight, which will be a lot of fun. But I will catch this later on tonight. So we got in the kickoff show, the pre-show, you got Mia Yim representing NXT going up against NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray. Now, these two women are very physical in the ring, in my opinion, and they'll put on a pretty good match. I'm sure of it. To kick off the show, and when it all comes down to it, Mia Yim could use a win. I think she deserves more than what she's gotten so far in NXT, but I think that NXT UK will pick up the first victory at Worlds Collide. So I've got Kaylee Ray beating Mia Yim in the kickoff show of Worlds Collide tonight. Bear with me because I'm having to do this from WWE.com, so we're going to kind of skip around a little bit. A couple pages, as you'll see. Now, if anybody does join in the chat section, feel free to give your predictions as well as we're going through here. You can even give me your predictions for the Royal Rumble tomorrow night if you want to. Doesn't matter. But now let's move on from the pre-show to the 5 matches that are on the main show. And the first match I'm going to talk about, is the Fatal 4-Way match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. As we have, representing NXT UK, the Irish Ace, Jordan Devlin, and the Kiwi Buzzsaw, Travis Banks. And then from NXT, you've got Isaiah Swerve, Scott. He's got the Swerve. And then, of course, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Angel Garza. Now, I will say this. One thing I want to mention, you see that NXT Cruiserweight Championship still got that WWE logo in the middle. I would like to see, since we've seen on NXT UK this past week, that they changed up the UK Championship to make it so it's an NXT UK Championship instead of just a WWE United Kingdom Championship. Have an NXT logo in the middle of that title instead of the WWE logo. Make more sense as they're calling it the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. That's neither here nor there in this match, really. Just something I wanted to pull out there, put out there. So for this match, I could see this one easily stealing the show. These 4 cruiserweights are awesome competitors, and they can do amazing things in that ring. This one's a tough one to pick. It's a pick 'em, if you will. You can make an argument for anybody and everybody. I personally would like to see, tell you who I'd like to see, then I'll tell you who I think's gonna win. I would like to see Jordan Devlin win Cruiserweight Championship. However, I don't think that's gonna happen because I can't see the NXT Cruiserweight title going over to an NXT UK guy and being used in the United Kingdom all the time. So even though I'd love to see Jordan Devlin get a big win here, I've got Angel Garza retaining the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. He just won it recently. I don't see him dropping it to Isaiah Swerve Scott or Jordan Devlin or Travis Banks here. That'd be too short of a reign in my opinion. Angel Garza is going to pick up the victory. But I do think this will steal the show more than likely. So the next match I'm going to jump into is the other championship match that we have on the show. As you got 2 rivals colliding once again in a new chapter. This one a little bit different, though. About last year, this time, a couple weeks before this time, I guess you could say, really, a week or two, we've seen this match, and we've seen Toni Storm beat Rhea Ripley for the NXT UK Women's Championship. But tonight, it's going to be Toni Storm coming over representing NXT UK to face the, as Kristen here, the NXT champion, NXT Women's Champion, whichever way you want to call it, Rhea Ripley. Now, these two have had several matches, a couple good matches, very good matches, at least, in WWE. They've known each other a really long time, and that's what's going to make this match a very good match, and I'd be surprised if they don't have a great match, really, between these two. Yeah, every time they step in the ring against each other, they seem to elevate one another. But in this match, I've got NXT winning again, Rhea Ripley retaining her championship, because I don't see the NXT title going over to an NXT UK competitor. I've heard rumors that Toni Storm's they're wanting to use more in NXT, but I still don't think she's going to get the title here. I believe Rhea Ripley's in the infancy of her championship run, and that title isn't going anywhere. So I got Rhea Ripley winning me that one. The next match is going to be another interesting match. These two men's styles are very similar, in my opinion. This is the match that's presented by Supercard Season 6, WWE Supercard. As you got the Russian Ilya Dragunov going up against the Irishman himself, the Prince, Finn Balor. Come at the Prince, he best not miss. Ilya Dragunov had an amazing match with Cesaro last year, and I think he'll put on performance like he did in that match here tonight against Finn Balor. But Finn's been on such a roll since he came back in NXT as the Prince. I know he's got his issues with Johnny Gargano, which will be resolved in 2 weeks at NXT TakeOver Phoenix. But I don't see Finn Balor losing here, partially because of that reason, because he's got that momentum going into the match against Johnny. I know other than that pre-show match, I've done all NXT so far with these 3 matches, but I got to continue that thread. I would love to see Ilya Dragunov pick up a huge win here, but I just think Finn Balor will take the victory and walk away as the victor. So, when we move on from that match into, once it gets loaded up here, into a dream match, in my opinion. Oh, show is presented by Supercard Season 6. A dream tag team match. As we'll see the reunion of both these teams, really. We haven't seen either team lately. You got Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven teaming up once again. For quite a long time. Representing NXT UK to go against the NXT homeboys, if you will. 2 guys that aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa reforming tag DIY. Ooh. This is going to be an awesome match. All these matches couldn't be show stealers, in my opinion. Not a single match is going to be boring or going to, I don't know how to put it, but this is going to be like an NXT TakeOver show, in my opinion. These guys are going to outperform each other, and gals. They're going to outperform each other, try to, and bring it their all. This match alone, it'll be awesome to see DIY team up again for the first time in quite a while. It'd be nice to see Johnny wrestling in a ring for the first time in several months. This one's kind of a toss-up. See both teams, arguments for both teams getting the win. I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to go with the NXT guys again. I'm going to go with DIY picking up the victory. I wouldn't be sad or disappointed if they don't, but I just think DIY is going to win in the reunion match. And of course, that brings us to the main event of the evening. Much anticipated 6 matches, excuse me. The 8-man tag team match. Wow, they haven't updated this. As you can see, they still have Roderick Strong with that NXT North American Championship, which of course he lost this past week on NXT to Keith Lee. Whoop, whoop. But you still got Undisputed Era, the tag team champions, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Kyle Fish, yeah, sure. Roderick Strong and the NXT champion, Adam Cole, baby. The Undisputed Era. Going up against Fabian Eichner, Marcel Bartel, Alexander Wolf, and the NXT United Kingdom champion, Walter. Imperium. We first seen this come about at NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, where the Undisputed Era attacked Imperium at the end of the show and left them laying. And this past week on NXT, Imperium made their mark. They cost Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, wow, I'm going to do it again, their chance to advance to the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and then they got their hands on the Undisputed Era at the end of NXT. The Undisputed Era, rather, has been on an amazing roll over the last year, in the last couple months alone. However, Imperium's been pretty unstoppable as well in NXT UK. And if the other 4 matches go the way I'm predicting that they'll go, I actually think NXT UK will pick up a big win here. Nothing against the Undisputed Era. I'm a huge Undisputed Era fan, big Adam Cole fan, but I think Walter and the rest of Imperium is going to pick up the victory, and NXT UK will end the night with a win. I think NXT will pick up the most wins, but NXT UK I think is winning this main event with Imperium over the Undisputed Era, the 8-man tag. So again, just a little recap. I got Mia Yim losing to Kaylee Ray in the pre-show. Got Angel Garza retaining the Cruiserweight Championship in the Fatal 4-Way match. I've got Rhea Ripley retaining the NXT Championship over Toni Storm. I picked Finn Balor to beat Ilya Dragunov, DIY over Mustache Mountain. And I've got Imperium defeating the Undisputed Era. So now, we're going to stop sharing for a minute. I'm going to look up some stuff. I think that'll be an amazing show. I look forward to watching it later tonight, seeing how my predictions go down. If you guys want to, you can, if anybody watches this later, because I got 0 viewers in here right now, supposedly. If anybody wants to, you can message me or tag me in anything on Twitter if you're watching the show later tonight, watching Worlds Collide. Otherwise, I'll just be watching and enjoying the show later tonight, like I said, after I get home from the show I'm going to. Oh, excuse me. Which I'm going to jump into that a little bit here in just a minute. Because I'm going to give it a little plug, not that they need it. GLWA Breakthrough tonight. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The doors open at 6:30 p.m. Takes me about an hour and a half to drive down there, so we'll be leaving. I'll be leaving here, my house here, in about an hour and a half-ish. Hour and a half, somewhere in between there. To head down that way. Be a fun show. They've got their version of the Royal Rumble coming up tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll get into their whole show here in a minute. Once I got it popping up here. I'm being silly. Okay, apparently it's not going to show me that. Anyway, sorry about the little quietness here. Getting into this show. I just want to show some pictures for it if I can find them here. Gimme. 7 to 10 is what it's scheduled for. Aha, there it is. GLWA Breakthrough 2020. Here's the first match. Interesting. The first match on the show is Ice Cold Daniel Stark going one-on-one with the leader of the House of Matthews, Tyler By God Matthews, for the GLWA Top Notch Championship. I'm expecting these two to blow the roof off the Top Notch Physiques building tonight. Expect it to be a good show. I'll look back at this prediction show here and see how I do later, and maybe even mention something about it on Twitter or Facebook when the show goes up on YouTube eventually. But I'm hoping Daniel Stark walks out as the new top-notch champion here tonight. But we'll see what happens. Then you got this match, the Gingers. H2 and B.E. Stone versus Misguided Fortune for the GLWA Tag Team Championship. Misguided Fortune's been on a bit of a roll in GLWA lately. They got the money, they got the manager, they got several members that can come out and be a part of this match. However, I'm personally hoping that the Gingers get the win and we get crowned new GLWA Tag Team Champions tonight. We'll see if that happens. I don't know if it will, but I'm hoping. Gives your team some show, put on a classic anyway. And then, of course, you got the interim heavyweight champion, JJ Castillo, going up against the GLWA champion, Jason Page, to determine the GLWA Undisputed Championship. This match should be a good one between these two men, as long as both men finally show up. I'm hoping and pretty sure that they will. But anyway, should be a pretty good match, and I'm banking on Jason Page walking out as GLWA Undisputed Champion. That's my prediction for that. Then you got the GLWA's annual Ultimate Survivors Rumble. I've heard there's at least 31 men that are going to be a part of this event, so that should be fun. The winner will get a GLWA Undisputed Championship match at WrestleVerse 32. Now, if you've been watching the videos they've been posting on YouTube over the last few weeks, it has been revealed that Tyler Matthews will be starting number 1, Jaden Michael Quick will be starting number 2. So the way I'd like to see this happen, or think would be interesting to see happen, is if this match went on before that World Championship match, and see Tyler Matthews get eliminated at some point, and maybe come back out and cash in his briefcase, I believe he's still got, to win the Undisputed Championship at the end of the night. But either way, Ultimate Survivors Rumble, I don't know everybody that's quite involved in it. Ooh, a lot of guys from GLWA. 2 guys I just mentioned, everybody that was in a match earlier in the show, I believe is going to be part of it. It's hard to pick anybody. Maybe a surprise like maybe an Eli Shelton, if he returns to it, could win this match. Who knows? I know Jordan Silver won it last year, so it could be anybody. We'll just have to wait and see. That is the match card for tonight. Looking forward to it, and I look forward to both shows, seeing this one live, seeing the other one later tonight. Now I just got one more thing to plug here before I go off the air. That is where you can find the WWE Royal Rumble prediction show that I'll be posting tomorrow. So it's going to go up live at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, tomorrow afternoon. I'll be recording it later tonight, and I'll be setting it to go up live at noon. So, where I record it is on Anchor.fm. The episodes, though, are available on more than just Anchor.fm. I'm going to go through those here in just a minute with you. I appreciate the people that have listened to my previous prediction shows on Anchor.fm, between Anchor or Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And nice. I appreciate it that you guys do. I've been asking for you to leave messages if you want to hear anything more from me on that, because it's something I'm wanting to use a little bit more than just here. But my channel is available. My channel is available. Tiger Talks Wrestling, Anchor.fm channel is available on 8 different platforms. You can see here, it kind of lists where to go to find it. You can find, like I said, I'll be releasing it at noon tomorrow, the Royal Rumble prediction show. And that will be live up on Anchor.fm. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen on Apple Podcasts. See their Spotify site, Apple Podcast site. You can listen to it on Breaker, if you have Breaker. Google Podcasts also. Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. Any of those that you use to listen to your podcast, you can use to listen to the Royal Rumble prediction show that I'll be posting at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, before the Royal Rumble goes up tomorrow night. I know I'm very much looking forward to the Royal Rumble event tomorrow. The only thing I'm not too happy about is that they have almost all 30 of the men's spots given away. So I don't know how many surprises, if any, we'll really have for the men's Royal Rumble match tomorrow night. But there are plenty of spots left available for the women's Royal Rumble matches. They haven't done anything really to push that match. But that's for to be discussed in my prediction show that will be up on Anchor.fm and those other platforms that I just listed and showed you. You can pause this video if you watch it and check out the links to any of those pages. I posted them on Twitter and Facebook as well. You can find them. But I'm going to double check, make sure. It doesn't look like anybody's been in the chat section. Nobody's been watching. But anyway, those were my predictions for tonight's WWE Worlds Collide and also GLWA Breakthrough 2020. For anybody who watches this later, thank you. I appreciate it. If you want to see anybody or anything on this channel or here on my Anchor.fm channel of Tiger Talks Wrestling, then please let me know. I will take it under consideration, and I hope to make this year even a better year than last year, because I felt like last year wasn't that productive. Didn't really do as much as I wanted to. Didn't have as many guests. It was just a slow year. So I'm hoping to fix that this year. Hoping to get a couple bigger names on again. I've had talks with Cameron Jackson. We're going to try and get him on here for a Q&A. People got to send in questions for that. Yeah, I'm trying to get something situated here. And with that, as I said, this was my prediction show for, of course, you want to start before I want you to. This was my prediction show for tonight's for WWE Worlds Collide and for GLWA Breakthrough. That is all I got. I'll catch you guys in the future. Peace. It's said in broadcast.